Yeah. I got the squad with me. I got the fellas with me. I got Chef. I got DPJR. WWE's Bad Blood. Little preview, little prediction. We should have been doing this a long time ago. Get these predictions down on wax. Triple H over here shortening these cards. I think about 5 matches on the card. Listen, but first and foremost, before I get this thing started, AJ got hurt, right?
Oh yeah.
It looks
that's the hyperextended knee for sure.
Yeah, right.
What happened to him was what happened to Charlotte Flair. He jarred his knee. It looked like it buckled, and then he did the move. I don't know what it's called, but essentially it's a brain buster with the knee. Then his knee went out, and they called the match.
What do you think that guy, if they just add closer again, do you think this is a product of age? Do you think this is a product of circumstance? Do you think it's a combination of both? He's starting to get the one injury kind of at that house show or whatever was kind of like a freak accident, I believe, but you still might can attribute it to age. What are you thinking?
Unfortunately, Father Time is undefeated. He's getting up there, and those bumps that he took prior in
Japan,
both those are pretty dangerous. And
I mean, but he's had a great career though. Like
those
he's had a Hall of Fame career.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But them Ultimate X matches, man, they take a toll on your body. Look how fragile Jeff Hardy had been towards the end.
That's true.
Those bumps take a toll. You don't what do the wrestlers say? Is you only have a certain number of bumps that you can take, and after a while,
I've always liked that. Yeah, I've always liked that. That's kind of quantifies it for me. Listen, man, this AJ Styles is one of the greatest wrestlers who ever lived. It's one of the greatest careers to ever live. Like I said, his feud with John Cena is one of the best feuds that no one really talks about. To me, really established him and put him on the map as an all-timer. With all due respect to TNA, with all due respect to what you do in Japan, until you do it on the highest stage, at the highest level, in front of the highest crowd percentage, it kind of rings hollow to me. But when you knock all phases of the game out, when you go all around the world, when you wrestle everybody, when you wrestle for every promotion, when you do the indie circuit, you go mainstream, and you do all those things, he's one of the best ever. So it's very unfortunate as we're getting closer and closer and closer than people think than WrestleMania season. I'm worried that he might not make it on the card in some capacity, but just a speedy recovery to the phenomenal AJ Styles. Little Pinky Bear was good. Will 5 stud. What's really good. Thank y'all all for joining us. Yeah, listen. WWE's Bad Blood, and I'm going to get this thing started right away, right now. I'm telling y'all right now, it's already a miracle that Drew McIntyre won the first one. It's a miracle. It's a miracle on 34th Street. It literally is something, I don't know. I did a couple seances the night before. I prayed to God. I went to 3 different temples. I went to a synagogue. I was in Mecca. I did all the necessary things to get him to get that one victory. And he got it. And I am so sorry to say WWE doesn't have the stones, the balls, the gonads to have Drew McIntyre win this last match in this feud. They don't got it in them. They don't got it in them. So I'm telling you right now, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, in about 2 hours, Drew McIntyre loses. CM Punk reigns supreme. The great Drew McIntyre about to take an L, get his ass kicked. That's my prediction. What say you? Shout out to Manj.
Manji, I think I'm going to let the WWE borrow mine, and I'm going to book it for him. What needs to happen is Drew McIntyre needs to go over CM Punk. And somehow, some way, Seth Rollins needs to cost him this match. They got to tie it back in. I ain't forget what happened at SummerSlam.
Why not?
Come on now. Come have Seth Rollins cost CM Punk and get Drew McIntyre's victory. And then to add more fuel to the fire, to add more heat, you can have CM Punk cost Seth Rollins versus the guy that does the tsunami, Mr. Bronson Reed. You can have that shit start cooking, and then you can heat it up and have another. Hell, in a cell at WrestleMania. Who knows? Depends on how much heat you can build.
Listen, Dre Owen, shout out. What's going on? What's good? Thank you for joining us. If Drew wins, then what? If Punk wins, is he fed to Gunther at Survivor Series? Miguel, hola. What's good, fellas? Dang, bonus live. I like it. Booker T voice. I loving it. Yes, Drew needs to go over, Miguel says. Listen, Will Five Stud says if CM Punk wins, he'll jump out of his wheelchair. Do you hear that? Do you hear this shit?
Uh-oh.
Do you hear how much he don't want CM Punk to win? He said he will remove his body from his wheelchair. His name is Will Five Stud. I pray to God DPJR gets his wish. I'll do you one better. You know what I really want to see happen? I want to see if CM Punk goes over, Brock Lesnar beats the shit out of CM Punk, and then we move on to that before we get to Seth Rollins. How about that, Chef Justin? How about that? That's the only way I will not bitch. That's the only way.
They say he in Atlanta.
The only way. The only way.
They say the beast is in Georgia.
All right, now I'm just saying.
That's what they say.
Blatant. So we'll see who actually shows up, because the internet will tell you that everybody's in Atlanta right now.
Yeah, I'm just telling you what I want.
Honestly, if they end the feud correctly, it probably will be a one-on-one match. If you want to make it messy, I would go with DPJ's route.
Yeah.
Or multiple. If you're gonna schmoz it, just have a bunch of different people in and out of the match, or attempting to get in the cell. Because I believe back in the day, if there was Hell in the Cell, you couldn't get out. So I'm curious how anyone would get into the ring to cause friction, or if the ring is destroyed in some way. I believe the ring is an older version of the Hell in a Cell, and not the new model. Like, I feel like so we'll see how that goes into it. But in the end, it will be CM Punk. As much as none of us want that to be true,
nope.
They've made it very clear where they stand, and Drew is okay with taking the L. Not in kayfabe, even though as much as he's showing that he still doesn't like that man, it plays better for Drew to lose than CM Punk to go 1 and 2.
Yeah, listen, like I suppose if they have a plan for Drew, I think the win means more to Drew for what you can do. There's so many people you can put old Filibuster Brooks in the ring with and just keep it moving, and he takes his little mopey ass on out the ring, and then all of a sudden, since he's the white hot babyface, you could pretty much put him in with anybody. You can move him on to the great Seth Rollins. You can move him on to Gunther, because that's one of the reasons why I don't think Gunther keeps this title as long as people think. Like that he did the IC title. I think there's just too many opportunities. And make no mistake, they didn't bring CM Punk back here to just put butts in seats. He will hold championship gold again. Oh, make no mistake. It's all about winning. If his body holds up, if Mr. Glass's body holds up.
Evan Max said on this show, CM Punk will never get hurt again. And I'll be damned if he's made it through these last couple matches.
I told you, haters.
You told me.
I have vowed CM Punk will never get injured for the rest of his career. Never, ever. Never.
Reverse it's the reverse fix.
He said his bones are made of titanium.
Adamantium etched body. Listen, Miguel says, is Brock coming back? I haven't heard anything, but then again, I'm trying to stay off these rumors online. Miguel, you are a man after my own heart. Stay out of them sheets. Watch the show. Be surprised. You know what I mean? Like the olden times when kayfabe was alive and on and popping, and we heard something and the music hit and we were just hyped. We're not checking people's itineraries on Delta Airlines or staying up in the baggage claim, sleeping in sleeping bags, waiting for a wrestler to come out. Watch the show. I'm just telling you what.
Where do you guys think this is going to be on the card? Is it first?
Has to be. Has to be. What's going to
is it the third match?
I want to say third. I say you can start off. With the match I'm about to move on to right now, and that is Damian Priest.
Okay.
And Fergalicious. Now check it out. Here goes another one. I'm putting it in right now. I'll go around the horn, but the chat let me know this gotta be Finn Balor's dub.
Gotta go to third. It has to.
But
he never wins. He never wins the big matches anymore. Do y'all remember this? Once upon a time ago, this man was the first Universal Champion. Once upon a time ago, he's one of the greatest NXT champions of all time. Y'all keep acting like when NXT was on and popping, when NXT was the best brand, the best third brand in the world, is when he was there and Joe was there and Cole was there and all these people were there. Finn inexplicably loses the edge at WrestleMania. Insane.
He had 2 NXT runs, right?
Yes. It had another run. This dude loses the edge at WrestleMania, a match he never should have lost, ever.
Oh, in LA? Yeah.
Bruh. Damian Priest does not have a title. Everything's fine. The smoke is settled. The dust is cleared. This is the time for Fergalicious to go over. Hell, I even say clean. He don't always got to get a dirty victory.
No. I mean, just because he's a heel doesn't always have to be dirty.
Like,
he
always
is
dirty?
one of the best workers to ever get inside the squared circle.
Talk about it, bro.
Whether he's Finn Bálor, whether he's Prince Devitt, it didn't matter. He was still making the front cover of magazines. So he's that guy. And he might not be winning a lot of matches, but he is winning that life because he just got paid. Give him the money. But he needs some success.
He's winning, but because he's got a squad, I think it's automatic. Like, he has assurances to help him not lose this time.
We don't need the help. Damn it. We want him to go over clean for the one time because, like, the thing that killed Ferg is the fact that they did that stupid shit like he was coming back to life when he was the demon when the lights were blaring and it was like a heartbeat. That shit was so stupid. And he's been trying to recover since.
Yo, Dre says Finn needs to win. In fact, it should be a Judgment Day sweep. We'll get to that. Finn is Tottenham fan. They don't win either. Yo, shut up. Dre says to start in the show. Listen, Miguel says no chance in blue hell. The Damian goes over. Put some respect on my boy Fergalicious. That's what we trying to do. Listen. So are we all going saying Ferg's winning this? No matter how he wins, he's winning. No matter how he's winning. And then the first time we all say, wait, I got Punk. Who you got, DP?
I got Drew McIntyre.
And who you got, Chef?
Punk.
Okay. All right. So okay.
I let him borrow my huevos.
Oh no, take it. Listen, whatever gets me to that victory, I don't give a damn if listen, I don't care if the Fiend come out. I don't care if Uncle Howdy come out. I don't care. Listen, if the ghost of Ultimate Warrior comes out, I don't care. However we get it done, let's get it done. But that leads me to Nia Jax versus Bayley. Bayley is not gonna get a title for a good bit. I do believe this is a Nia Jax victory, but I do believe this is a Tiffany Stratton cash in at Bad Blood. Why not? Why wait? Pull the trigger. The Queen's coming back anyway. Only had the money match is the Queen versus Tiffany Stratton. Unless they got something else in mind, unless they got Jade Cargill versus the Queen, but Jade Cargill still can't do the collar and elbow, so I'm not quite sure. But I do got Nia Jax going over regardless. What say you?
You put it perfectly, man. I have nothing to add.
I'm telling you, bro.
I think they'll make it a triple threat. Like, she'll cash early. She'll cash early and participate in the match.
Okay.
So, are you buying this Naomi heel turn?
I noticed that.
Listen,
because they're trying to do the double turn. It looks like they're trying to make Tiffy Time a babyface, and I mean
they want her to be a babyface so bad.
They want her to be a babyface because all the little girls that want to be cheerleaders and want to be just like her, playing with Barbies and stuff like that. It's perfect. They could sell a lot of merch. So
absolutely right.
And if you notice, I'm telling you, I'm big on attention to detail. Naomi's getting darker and darker. Look at how she's dressed and look at her colors. Certain things she's going to the darker side. She's not as vibrant as she once was. Certain things like that.
Okay. And I'm not opposed to anything that she does. I know Naomi doesn't like it because she's inherently a nice person, and it's hard for her to take it to that place. Harder for her to hear those voices in her head, a la Randy Orton. But yeah, why not, brother? We need something to refresh the neon light stuff. You know, it had its place. She got the title from it. She had a nice little baby run. She's back in the company. Listen, there's nothing wrong with shaking things up. And you know I always say people always quick to go heel, but Naomi's not quick to go heel. So listen, if anybody needs a change of pace, why not? Monge says she's losing the glow. Monge says she's the new Tiffany's the new champion. Miguel says no chance in blue hell. Oh yeah, he's talking about the Damian Priest thing still. Yeah, everybody's saying Tiffy time. I'm not so sure. I'm just going out. I'm speculating. I think they want to go big with this Bad Blood. For some reason, they putting what are they doing at the top of the show besides putting them together? They putting a whole bunch of
trademark right here. On this show.
Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all are coming under so much pressure for not putting any black superstars over. Now listen, I for one understand this company. I do, man. Y'all need to stop letting these social media and black Twitter get y'all all thinking you got to make every black person that works in WWE world champion. With all due respect, there's about 3 to 4 black superstars, men that can legitimately put butts in seats. We gotta stop this foolishness. They get all weird when they get to them black areas, boy. They got 14. Listen, they got black hosts. They got Metro booming. They go weekend at Bernie's Ray Charles for him to come through to sing the national anthem with the California Raisins.
Every damn show got a hip hop entrance. You know what I'm saying? They got everything.
NXT. He got Weezy F, baby, on the title card. Lord Jesus. Hey, black people, what's good enough for y'all?
Now,
NXT is the blackest wrestling show in the world.
and SmackDown just got a Meg Thee Stallion intro, and I'm sure Raw will have a new intro in January.
That's what I'm trying to. It's gonna be a black rapper.
Man, NXT is essentially what SmackDown was on UPN.
You gotta literally, it's exactly what it is.
Right,
they might as well start. Listen, first of all, they might as well made the deal with BET instead of CW. God damn.
Yeah. Look, now the question: who's dropping the ball? Is it WWE on creating the character, or is it the talent on not executing the character?
Listen, let's be real. Champion? We got a little bit of time because we're moving through this. Listen, let's be real. I don't know. It called me crazy. We all are people of color on this show. It's kind of wild. I don't know. Maybe we can talk about this a little bit. Is it on the table that 3 different shades of brothers could actually talk about it? We actually black men. Everyone's saying, yo, they put the black women over. What about the black men? I go, well, let's talk about the black men. Let's run them down. Who could legitimately be a champion for real? And I'm not talking about NXT. I'm talking about on the main roster right now that could be brass ring, give them the keys. And I'm talking about if they give them the Braun Breaker type push.
I used to think Montez Ford, but it's been so long, I'm not sure. Maybe Carmelo Hayes, but I don't know if Carmelo Hayes has the exact build that they're looking for to put a world title on somebody. So at that question, I'm not sure. I don't really see anybody on the horizon, especially since Bobby Lashley left and Big E's on the shelf. Hopefully Big E can come back. Now, if Big E comes back, that's a whole different ball game. That's WWE Championship material. But aside from that, I mean, Kofi's on his last run, essentially. Xavier Woods, can they build him to get to that point? Are they really going to make him above upper mid card? There's really not much in the talent pool.
Yeah,
unless you look at NXT.
I'm with you on Tez though, but I'm with you on Tez. If Tez got a Braun Breaker push, he could be WWE champion. The match against Roman Reigns was the test, was the litmus test. He passed. We got to stop. We all know this. We have to stop making excuses. It doesn't mean nothing's gonna happen with Dawkins. Dawkins will be right next to that dude the whole time, the whole push, helping them cut all the promos. You are crazy if you don't think Montez Ford could be WWE champion. Crazy.
But it seems like he was a Vince guy. Maybe that's the problem. That might be the problem, because when he had that championship match against Roman Reigns, Vince was in charge. Now Triple H is in charge. He's nothing more than a tag team wrestler. That's it. And there's no singles run on the horizon. They teased the breakup, but then they let social media tear that down. So
They don't have to break up. They don't have to break up.
They don't. But in true WWE fashion, that's the only way they can boost somebody from a tag team. Aside from that, there's really never a time to where there's an even split of a natural tag team to where it works out. It never happens. It's never happened.
And also, let's be real, guys. I know it ain't the same to y'all, but I look at people of color. I don't look at everybody who looks like me. Man, listen, the Usos ain't white dudes, man.
No. They still split up, though. They still split up.
They're talking no men champion. Go, that's not true, though. That's not true. Listen, I just don't think there's viable talent. But, yo, Chef, you was alluding to somebody on the NXT roster, I believe.
So this is called a tease. So there are some people down there that I feel like have the right recipe to become a world champion main roster.
Oh, the teaser. We gonna come back to that.
We're gonna come back.
We'll come back to that. Listen, we got some people. Y'all chatting it up, man. I really appreciate it. Kim said Triple H doesn't have any black people that are his guys or girls, does he? I don't believe so. Guys, I don't believe so.
No, and they're light. It's light, though. Like, there's not a lot of guys.
Like,
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, let's be real. No, I'm not saying it's different than the women, than the men. The pushback, the devil's advocate pushback. I'm not saying I agree, but I will say what I read. The devil's advocate pushback and said it's with black men they feel Triple H has a problem with.
I disagree.
And that's a very bold thing to say without real evidence. And then people they harken back to the whole black stuff. Yeah, that's what people do to try to tie it in. I'm like, damn, yo, it's tough being Triple H. Damn, it's tough being Triple H, man. Like, they tying back in
the shots at Triple H. Nah, but even still, he didn't push Bianca when she was on NXT. Like, come on now, like, and she doesn't have a title right now. She's in it. Put them together. That's what he do. So look at this. I'm just telling you what happened. These are facts that we're going through. Look, there's a reason why Vince shut NXT down as he knew it. He didn't like what he saw. He's like, why do you have this girl down here? You're not pushing her to the moon. As soon as she got to the main roster.
WWE champion. One of the best runs
I'm trying to tell you. And then when Vince leaves, what happens?
That's a very weird but real coincidence. Listen, Dre says, R-Truth, former NWA champion. Don't forget, they don't got the balls, Dre. I'm with you. They do not got the balls, but they don't have the balls. Can you imagine? And that's another thing. Dre, that's a damn good point. Let's be real. If it's all about putting butts in seats and moving merch and all the shit like that, the fans don't think it's possible. Can you imagine if they push R-Truth? Every fan in the world would get behind that push. They just would. WWE championship run, I don't care if it was for 5 days. It wouldn't matter. It'd be hilarious, man. There's so many things you could do. Miguel says, hot take, Montez has the charisma of 2000 Rock if they let him. Ooh, that's a bold claim.
That
young Miguel.
But the most important part of what he says, if they, we won't know until they give him an opportunity.
Yo, Monge, look what Vince did to Keith Lee. No, Vince didn't do nothing to Keith Lee. Keith Lee didn't wait, Monge. Playing, man. You watch way too much wrestling, man. You know it's not. Don't say what Vince did to Keith Lee. Keith Lee did with Keith Lee. Why Keith Lee ain't on the roster in AEW? That's a Keith Lee thing, man. It's a Keith Lee thing, bro. It just is, man. People don't like to admit it because we all like him and he's charismatic and all this other shit. But Vince was like, yo, you got to drop a couple pounds, bro.
Y'all thought I talked in riddles. That dude right there, boy talking old English. Oh my God,
riddles. He's a pontificator if I've ever seen one. Oh my God, man. Hey man, Riddler ain't got shit on him.
No, hell no.
Listen.
Right,
Liv Morgan, Dirty Dom, the Nightmare Rhea Ripley. Does Nightmare get her title back? Is this it for Liv Morgan? Does Liv somehow, some way endure and keep this title away from Rhea? Because everybody thought Liv was a placeholder. And then she said, hold my beer. She said, I'm much more than a placeholder. As a matter of fact, I'm going to reinvent my entire career. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be one of the most compelling female wrestlers in the entire world. So do they take the title away from her? This is the one I actually don't know how to call, but I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to say Rhea gets this title back from her tonight. Chef.
I think Liv keeps it.
I'd be blown away in the best way, though. In the best way, if you're right about that. What up, Eric?
She's gonna cheat to do it. So whether it's someone coming back we don't know about, there could be again, the internet will tell you that Raquel Rodriguez is in town. There's somebody. There's gonna be a way that it's not gonna be clean. She's gonna do something dastardly. Hell, it might be just old school, and you just go powder in the eyes or something, or
why not?
And so,
little Mr. Fuji, little Mr. Fuji.
Yeah. So I got Liv, but not clean.
What about you, DP?
Is Dom Mysterio not going to be over the ring?
Yes, he will be suspended above the ring.
Over the ring.
Perfect. And that ties right into how Liv Morgan is going to retain her title. Dom Mysterio is going to drop a foreign object from the Shark Tank. And Liv is going to use that foreign object to beat Rhea Ripley. Like I said, I believe Rhea Ripley will get her title back, but it won't be until the Royal Rumble. Probably. And it'll be the same Royal Rumble that Charlotte Flair wins.
She will be winning. If Charlotte enters the Royal Rumble, she will not lose.
We gonna get Rhea, Charlotte, part Trace.
I don't need it. I don't need that. They can never top that match. I need her and Tiffany. I'm telling you, I don't need it. I don't need it. And I need Charlotte to lose to Tiffany, by the way. So
there's another way. There's another way. Okay, if it is going to be Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania for the whole shebang bang, when is this going to be the time where Becky Lynch makes her magnificent return? And then it'll be
a pop. It'll be a pop of all pops.
Her finish her, pardon the pun, story with Liv Morgan, because she lost the title to Liv Morgan. People forget that Dom Mysterio cost her. He cost Becky Lynch, so that could be a revenge. So if they ever get a contract hammered down and she decides to return from semi-retirement, that could be another option. But that's another thing with the women's division. They're very thin at the top, especially that they have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill in the tag team. We're real thin. And then Bayley, it seems like, even though she is one of Triple H's girls, I mean, she can only go so far. So it's going to be very interesting whom can grab that brass ring and get to the level and replace Sasha Banks, who that's a glaring hole that's missing. That Dre role.
Dre says Charlotte versus Jade. I go, oh no, I said it earlier. That's the money match. It's about Jade being ready. It's about Jade being ready at that stage, in that moment, one-on-one with the lights on you, the lights the brightest, the most people that will ever be watching will be in Allegiant Stadium. That's the money. That's the money. We all know it's the money, but there's only so much Lord's work Charlotte can do. There's only so much heavy lifting she can do. If you can't just always have Jade have a spot fest when you're in the ring with the greatest of all time. We can dick around in tag matches. We can dick around at live events, but during the great river, you can't just do a spot fest. You had to go toe to toe with her, like Rhea did to me in the greatest female wrestling match of all time. So that's the money match, Dre. You're not wrong at all. That's the money match. Kim says they need some new feud players in the women's division. It's been the same people going for the title, dragging out I could agree. That's going DP's point. You know what I mean? It's a little thin up there. Listen, are some of the NXT girls ready? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're going to resonate. I don't know how much people like Roxanne Perez. They tried it out, and the crowd was silent.
I don't know if people ready for a Pop Brox on the main roster. I don't know if they ready for that. Cora Jade, I think Cora Jade.
I like her.
Is more likely to
I like Cora Jade. I fuck with Cora Jade.
I fuck with her too. She gonna be the one to make it from the NXT roster, but it's still like, and Jada Parker too.
Jade is a star. Jade is a star.
But even still, like Giulia, yes, I understand the history to go along with it, but we always go back to the main point. You're gonna have to be able to cut a promo.
Period. Point blank.
That is the trademark of this show. Besides main eventing, moving merch, and getting over.
Let me stop you right there. She don't have to cut a promo because they'll just put her on Damage Control.
Oh, Put them together. The second
Put them
trademark.
together.
That's the
Put them
the
together
second
2.0.
Yeah.
Put them together 2.0. Now, you're right, Miguel. And NXT girls are killing it. That leads me to, obviously, the main event of the evening. Cody Rhodes, an old slow bop himself. Yeah, you know what? I slept on it. I had a moment. I had a come to Jesus moment. I have stripped the slow bop title away from Randy Orton, and I have placed it back on Roman Reigns. That's how much I love Roman Reigns.
You like the song now?
Oh, no. I don't like the song, but I just love Roman more. The slow bop king has returned. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. And Roman slow bop Reigns versus the Tamu Bloodline. Sola, Sikoa, and the mighty Jacob Fatu with Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa and Tua Tonga Maloa Amarusa Tiuasa Sopo.
That's how that boy act.
I hate Tama Tonga, and I hate Peter Pan. However, there is no way in God's green earth, unless Final Boss himself comes out, does Roman Reigns lose a tag match with the American Nightmare. You want to talk Mervin. It has to be, listen, if Final Boss comes back and does something tricky, if something happens with Paul Heyman and he shocks Roman Reigns and he flips the script, if by God, DPJR's poppycock happens tonight, and American Nightmare turns on Roman Reigns, then they'll lose. But I do believe Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes go over. Miguel says Solo and Jacob need to go over. I'm not going to argue with that. Monge goes, does Jacob really love Solo? I've always thought Jacob Fatu should be. I've always thought that the Jacob Fatu Roman Reigns thing makes more sense, but him like betraying Solo would be pretty dope because it kind of gets you to the money match a little bit quicker that way. Dre says Jimmy Uso. That's all he says. That's all he says. But I'm going to leave it to Chef. Who goes over? I got Roro and Cody. By hook or by crook.
Solo eats the pin. Jacob stays
clean.
Yes. Roman Reigns will get the pin. I don't think Cody will be happy with that. Or The Rock comes out and hits Cody, and in all the chaos, Roman gets a victory.
Oh no, I like this, Seth. I like where you're going. Would this Roman not like what Rock does? Does he not like he cheats? Does he not like it? Is that how we get to the? Is that how we get to it a little bit? He's like, yo, we didn't need you to do that. We get that old chestnut.
It's got to be. It's going to be chaos. You're going to see. Well, first of all, the entrances are going to be WrestleMania level, where it's going to be 20 minutes of entrances before the match.
Wait a minute, I might get a slow bop.
Yo, you're getting the full slow bop for Atlanta in the old Georgia Dome. Not calling it the Georgia Dome. Shout out Yin Yang Twins.
Shout out Yin Yang Twins.
Always. So it's you're gonna get hijinks. You're gonna see multiple people come back. And you will get the Final Boss. You get the extended remix of the Final Boss. You'll get some sort of.
I hate that fucking song.
You'll get some sort of red and black Versace get up.
Yo, let's go! Yo, does he come? Yo, do we get a Metro Boomin side? Is Metro Boomin coming out tonight?
Yeah.
Future pulling up too.
Oh shit! I want everybody. I want John, little John come out. I want Luda to come out.
Right, Jeezy, everybody.
Yeah, I want everybody. Yeah, straight up.
Jermaine Dupri.
Right. Yo, let's go. The people that they be sleeping on, the original person to put ATL on the map, by the way, is the great Jermaine Dupri.
The real hype man who ain't in trouble for baby oil. He ain't in trouble for baby oil right now, JD. Chilling in Atlanta.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and all shooting some b-ball outside of the school. DP, what say you, brother?
Don't you love when there's a preempted night at the opera? Because this is where we going with
shit.
All righty then.
Let me mute.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm like, clear out.
ISO, I don't need no pick. This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna get the entrances of entrances. You already know what it is. They're gonna be WrestleMania 45 level. And I personally think, to your point, it would be stupid to lose if you're Cody Rhodes and the great Roman Reigns. So once they take the pin and Roman Reigns gets his hands raised with Cody Rhodes, you're going to hear that wonderful music. And as Chef said, you gonna see that brother in a red, black, blue, yellow Versace vest. He gonna come out. And then Roman Reigns is gonna have the Ula back, and then he's gonna go give Rock a hug, and Rock's gonna extend his hands, and he's gonna give him a rock bottom. And then you're gonna have the Bloodline, or the team of Bloodline, as we like to call them, commence to whooping Roman Reigns' ass. And this is where you get the start of Cody Rhodes' turn, because he doesn't help. He doesn't help. He knows what Roman Reigns done to him. Roman Reigns is beating his ass. The Bloodline has stomped him. Hey, I came to do this match. It is what it is. This isn't my fight anymore. I told you they were all going to leave you. I told you what was going to happen. And then he leaves. And if WWE listens to me, they will send out Jey Uso. And they'll be like, what are you doing, Uso? Come on. We got to help cuz. He was like, no. And then he goes to the back. And then you have the start of the turn of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And I love, speaking of Cody Rhodes, how Cody Rhodes was teasing me saying he would be a fantastic Paul Heyman guy. How about that? But that's your night at the opera, courtesy of your boy, the DPJR. Please don't forget the.
Now listen now. It all works. It all plays. No matter what happens, I just need them to mix up things a little bit, and just kind of, because this is just wearing me out. So I just need them to always keep me guessing, and not knowing what's going on. Miguel said, "What's the point of all this? I'm the tribal chief from Solo if he keeps losing." No, you make a hell of a point, Miguel. I can't argue with that point. That's a great point. It's a great point.
Tribal chief doesn't beat high chief, and then The Rock is going to explain himself. He's going to say, "Oof. I gave you the opportunity. You had him. You had the WWE championship.
That's true.
You had the Bloodline rules. You had everything in your favor, and you gave it all to him.
You couldn't get it done.
You couldn't get it done. You made me out to be the liar. I'm the high chief. The final boss.
Like, I didn't lose. He goes, you lost.
You lost. I pinned that son of a bitch 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. I set you up for success. Instead, you fell off a cliff.
That makes super white hot babyface Roman right there. That makes him white. That makes him Casper white.
Because you gotta put some dirt on that man. You gotta whoop his ass.
Yeah, Roman ain't got his ass like whoop.
He's got to, and then you know that my boy, but he got to get his ass whooped.
He gotta get that butt cut. He gotta get that butt cut.
You gotta be dirty. You gotta get your face put in mud. Be at the bottom of the barrel. So when you make your climb to the top, everybody from the mountaintops puts the ones in the air because they know what time it is. Not out of respect, but out of
love. Ooh,
boy, that's a ball. I'm cooking over here. Sorry, Chef.
All right, man.
You can have the pan back, Daddy.
We're going to end this preview show before they get down into the nitty-gritty. Woo. With that recipe that he teased it, that foreshadowing, that little taste. That's what happened, when I'm walking in the mall and them little haters give me that little tiny piece of cheesesteak. Get that sample out of here.
What they say?
That's what Chef did.
What does she say? A tasty morsel.
No, get that hors d'oeuvre out of here.
Every time I hear that lady, I'm like, I know what time it is. The delicacy. I'm like,
you can't give me.
Yeah.
I hate hors d'oeuvres more than anybody in the world. Why the hell do you give me an hors d'oeuvre if I got to get 50 of them to make a meal? Get them finger foods out of here when I'm at these nice cocktail parties. It's bougie. It is not necessary. Just give me a hot dog or some shit. And that's what Chef did to me earlier in the show. He gave me a pig in a blanket. He gave me a pig in it, but he gave me one of them, them little bruschetta crackers with that shit on it.
Woo. Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, that shit with
exactly
the shit.
What you talking about. Just enough to keep you hungry, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure enough, that's what he did.
And
Give me the
tasty.
damn
It's
recipe.
tasty.
I'm here at the table with the fork and knife like this.
Go ahead and put this bitch on mute real quick.
When you walk around Costco, they got the people in the different areas with the little samples and that's how they get you. So sometimes you just got to throw a little bit out there right outside the aisle where it's at. So, I got this little frozen little chicken nugget or whatever they sell. It could be a cracker, but it might be the damnedest cracker. And then you roll right down the aisle. It's right there for you. That's what I did. That's a little of what was to come. So this was not scripted. I didn't know we were going to get into a discussion about not enough black talent in the main roster. But I definitely think Mr. Obafemi has the recipe to become the next black heavyweight champion. 6'4", 300 pounds, dominant. So he looks the part, right? So if it was Vince, he's got a type, right? So, and he's young, he's up and coming. He's, a natural athlete. That's out of the, them in NXT picking up on the NCAA people like Bianca and people like that. So I believe he was a shot putter in college and, did the track and field, whatnot. That man has everything in him to move up and, they could tighten up a little things. But the fact that he's already in NXT, establishing that title as a dominant champion, he's smooth. The moveset's dope. The fact that he could turn around and you're wondering, well, all right, he's wrestling and he's beating people up and it looks good, but can he talk? So now you're getting this guy who's dressed good, who's looking the part. Now he's wearing, anything close to a suit, sometimes a suit, nice, button down. And, they had the thing with him and Tony D'Angelo. And he's showing up to Tony's restaurant. He's cutting promos. It's all there already for when he moves up and continues to get more teaching and tutelage. So shout out to Michaels for helping this guy along and whoever else is down there at NXT, because if they move him up to either show, he would be a guy you look out for and another person that can be a quote unquote monster or the real Nigerian nightmare and can go up against the Bronson Reeds and the Braun Strowmans and stand up to a guy like Drew McIntyre because they're, around the same height and can definitely be something that, because we're talking about the young guys coming up. I mean, we're talking about Melo, who's more of a Shawn Michaels. So who else, can come up? Because we're all kind of a little iffy on Trick. So I think this guy can be the next dude on the main roster.
Obafemi, I don't know how if his name's going to resonate. I don't know if his name's going to get over. His name means the king loves me. That's what his name means. He's Nigerian. He's probably a proud Nigerian. I don't mind you keeping your culture and your heritage with you along the way. I do believe I do believe in a thing called branding. I do believe there's something different between Esther and Bianca Belair. There's something to be said about that. It's everything Chef said is accurate. I just don't know if he needs a little bit of a tweak, a bit of a tweak, a name change, a nickname, an impactful theme song. Maybe come out in suits. Maybe do something a little bit different that doesn't go the same route as large African athletes do. Just a little tweak. It's not much. It's just a little bit of polish, a little different kind of coat on an already brand new car. You know what I mean? Maybe that matte black on there. You know what I mean? But put a matte black on. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different. Still a Benz, but you put that matte finish on it. It's just something special. Maybe that's what we're looking for. But everything you said makes sense. I don't know if I can hear and the new WWE champion Obafemi. I don't know. Because damn, I can't even hear the WWE World Champion Montez Ford, and that name slaps. So I'm worried about the name. I'm worried about the presentation, but every single thing else is there. And that's why the recipe makes sense to me. It's all there, DPJR.
I say to go along with The King Loves Me, you can do a play on that. You can have like his trademark could be Fit for a King, and he can win the King of the Ring when he comes up from NXT.
Right out the gate.
There you go. And then he can explain what The King Loves Me means. He says, that's why I have the king, but I don't love anybody like y'all. Y'all gotta earn my love. He could be a monster heel. You can build him up that way.
You could listen. All this plays because Odyssey was gonna be the white hot babyface that they were sorely needing, and that would have been special.
Yeah, I can't see Oba as a babyface,
and it is what it is. I can't even see Kevin Owens is half his size, and I can't even see Kevin Owens as a babyface. I don't like it. There's certain people you just don't like as a babyface. Kevin Owens is okay, but Kevin Owens is just so dope when he's going ham on people. So I'm sorry, but you was a big scary black dude, man. I'm sorry, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure you are a swell guy, but for the purposes of television, it's nothing wrong with making white folks uncomfortable. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You could also, speaking of Kevin Owens, tying back into the Night of the Opera just a little bit, you could have Kevin Owens beat the dog shit out of Cody Rhodes, and that could even further his demise. And if he walks out, you can make that turn from Kevin Owens be logical because you turned your back on the very person that you turned your back on me for. There you go. There's the logic behind it. And there's where
that probably will happen.
I'm telling you. And then you can have that, and it could buy the time. Then he can still turn into, I know Evan turn more into Darth Vader because he's not Homelander. He's Anakin Skywalker, if you ask me. He's not Homelander. So he can go more down that dark path to the Sith. And then, like I say, Paul Heyman could be your Lord Palpatine, for the lack of the term.
Ain't nothing. Everything you guys are saying are accurate.
My guys, I gotta head out. I gotta go take my son to get his picture taken. I'm gonna send y'all some picture of him in that suit. It's his first homecoming. Shout out, David.
Oh, that is adorable. We out. Yo, thanks y'all for joining. Yo, we out. Y'all enjoy the show.
See y'all Tuesday.
Tell your deep voice son to enjoy the dance. And
Yeet. All right.
We out. Appreciate y'all. Yeah.